Authorities in North Dakota have cracked down big league on protesters challenging the Dakota Access Pipeline. They've been sort of cracking down for months, but it reached a new level over the weekend when police actually started spraying activists with water cannons of freezing water. And 167 protesters were injured Sunday night alone. Tear gas was used, rubber bullets were used, concussion grenades were used, and a sound cannon against protesters. At least 3 elderly people were among the injured. And there's a bunch of different videos that have been posted on social media which show protesters fleeing in terror as authorities are shooting water at them and temperatures as low as 25 degrees Fahrenheit, the wind chill making that seem even 10 degrees lower. Here's one video and you'll see and hear the chaos very clearly.
You don't want it? You only got a couple left.
Nearly everyone in the crowd is coughing, spitting up due to the heavy amounts of tear gas they're firing into the crowd.
And we have one other video to show you here as well from the protests over the weekend. Water, water everywhere. Now, the sheriff's spokespeople have been caught lying. I'm going to play for you some drone footage as I tell you that Sheriff spokesman Rob Keller said that there was no water cannon used and that all water was sprayed from a fire truck to control fires. And as you can see if you're watching this footage, no fire truck and no fires. That is indeed a water cannon just being used to hose down protesters. Numerous cases of hypothermia because it is absolutely freezing. At least 17 protesters taken to the hospital. And legal observers from the National Lawyers Guild said yesterday that some activists were actually shot in the head with rubber bullets. What's the big question here? Well, what would an incoming President Donald Trump administration do with regard to the types of businesses that would want pipelines? Well, we actually got a preview because Energy Transfer Partners is the company that's building the Dakota Access Pipeline. They have just joyously announced a $20 billion merger with Sunoco Logistics. And this is being called the first Trump deal by CNBC host Jim Cramer, who said, quote, pipelines are going to be winners under Trump. And ETP CEO Kelsey Warren said he was very, very enthusiastic about what's going to happen with our country. Why will things be so good for oil and gas under Trump? Well, start with his campaign promises to roll back regulations on fossil fuel companies. And then look at the fact that CEOs, including the CEO of what will be the newly merged pipeline company, gave over $100,000 to Donald Trump to the campaign. And we know, Pat, that Trump is a big believer in, hey, you play the game. And he played the game, and now he's on the opposite end of the game being played.
Authorities will be more empowered to use these sorts of tactics to keep protesters down more, things like rubber bullets and spraying people with fire hoses. It's very troubling.
Yep, the continued militarization of American police will be seen under the President Donald administration. Oligarchy, it's happening. By the way, Trump is a big shareholder in a lot of the companies that make money from oil and gas development. Trump himself, in fact, a stockholder in ETP. So Trump stands to make money big time from a lot of these mergers and pipelines. It's not looking good, folks. It is not looking good.